to Royal National Park. This park is located 33 kilometers outside of Sydney. The Royal National Park was founded the 26th of April 1879 by New South Wales Premier Sir John Robertson. Originally, the park was named National Park, but in 1955 it was renamed Royal National Park after Queen Elizabeth. It is known to be the world's second oldest national park, right after Yellowstone National Park in the US. The park covers 16,000 hectares. And in 2006, the park was put on the Australian National Heritage List.
The park is located near the coastline and contains a wide variety of terrain, such as coastal cliffs, beaches, bush and valleys. The New South Wales National Park and Wildlife Services aims to protect the native wildlife through extensive biodiversity studies and bush regeneration programs. They also try to spread the message about conservation by educating and awareness programs. The park contains some of the last remains of flora and fauna that is threatened due to development and human habituation. The park is also known for its rich and diverse wildlife, which contains several endangered species as well as native species. A few examples of these are the Australian pelican, the cabbage palm and the grass tree. It is even possible to spot whales from some locations in the park. The Royal National Park also contains a lot of Aboriginal sites and artifacts, and these are also protected by the New South Wales Rangers. The best way to experience the Aboriginal culture is by going on a tour with an Aboriginal Discovery Ranger.
The Royal National Park main entry points are along the Princes Highway, and the easiest way to enter the park is by car. It is also possible to get to the park by public transport, by ferry or by a guided cruise tour. There are a lot of facilities in the park, such as toilets, picnic tables, cafes and drinking water spots. The park is open all year, but may have to close due to poor weather or fire danger. The opening hours are from 7 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. There is over 100-kilometer walking tracks in the park, and they are maintained by the park rangers. The tracks are marked with arrows and informative signs to help the visitors on their way to the desired destinations or facilities.
The Royal National Park is a very popular destination for both tourists and locals. The park has approximately 3 million visitors a year. They also organize education excursions for schools. The most popular spots in the park are the beaches, the visitor center, the wedding cake rock and the figure-8 pools. The park contains some of the most beautiful beaches in Australia, such as Guatemala, Gary and Burning Palms. The beaches are used to relax, swim, snorkeling and picnics. In summertime, the Guatemala beach is also patrolled. It's possible to hire a rowboat and canoe to do a tour in the park.
The Royal National Park's Visitor Center is placed in the middle of the park and offers tourist information, walking track maps and has a souvenir shop. The Wedding Cake Rock is a very popular spot for tourists. The rock is made out of light limestone and is formed entirely by nature. It is 25 meters above sea level, and years of erosion made it look like a wedding cake. In 2015, the rock was closed to public access due to the fact that the rock will collapse within the next 10 years. Another very popular location in the park are the figure-8 pools. The figure-8 pools are natural rock formations on the coast of the park, and the holes are in the shape of the number 8. During high tide or rough weather, the rock formations disappear underwater and both the pools and the tracks cannot be accessed. To get to the figure-8 pools, you have to walk 6 kilometers on a hard trek. The walk takes about 2 hours and it is possible to go by yourself or to book a guided tour.
Several problems threaten both the park and its visitors. Such problems include forest fires, climate change, and pollution. Evidence from past forest fires can be seen at many places during a hike. These forest fires are also a big danger to the visitors of the park. Measures are being taken to minimize and prevent these forest fires. For example, wood and campfires are strictly prohibited and the park closes when the risk of a forest fire is high. How far would you go to get the perfect picture?
At this popular spot, many people risk their lives by standing or posing near the edge of the rock and ignore the many warnings about that the stone can collapse at any moment. The park rangers has put many warning signs and tall fences around the rock, but a lot of people are still ignoring these to get that perfect picture.
The figure-8 pools have become a very popular place to go swimming and take beautiful pictures for social media. But the figure-8 pools are a very dangerous spot to visit due to rising tides and dangerous swells. Many visitors have suffered severe injuries and several people have died here.